Hi, my name is Brenda and I'm interested in property development. What advice would you suggest for me on a limited budget? One male, one female. Ooh, could I recommend another one? Yeah, so Jay asks, what is the worst bit of advice you have been told? You ready? Let's go. What's good, B Hustlers? Welcome back to my channel. If you've just stumbled upon my channel, I go by the name of B, hence the B&B Talks. Make sure to stick around by clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell so you're always notified when I upload a new video. But also you might want to just go ahead and follow me on my social media so we can stay connected, you know. Today's video is a little get to know me video because I thought, you know what? It's about time I told you a little bit about myself. Also, I will be answering all your property related questions as well as business related questions that I've received. I really would appreciate if you guys would leave a brief description of who you are and a little bit about yourself. This is a two-way street. So, there's a few questions that have been compiled, not by me, by my lovely assistant who has put these questions together, and I actually don't know what these questions are. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise for me as well as to what exactly I'll be sharing. In between the questions on Get to Know Me, I will also be looking at your questions, which I have here on my phone. You ready? Let's go. Shoot with your first question. My degree was in law. I graduated back in 2015. I did okay. I mean, I got a 2-1, so yeah. The first question was from Irene on Instagram. Her question was, how come you haven't replied to my DM, girl, with a sad face? I really am sorry. I only came to realize till it was late that Instagram has two inboxes. It has one that is primary and one that is general. When you DM me, for example, some of the messages end up in the general, and after a while they disappear. So some of you may have messaged me or approached me and I haven't responded. This is the reason. Please don't be disheartened if I haven't responded to your DMs. But going forward, now that I know, I'll be making sure to answer a lot of your questions. I always try and give an in-depth answer to a lot of your questions so I can cover everything as best as possible. My favorite YouTubers. Okay, how many should I list? 2. My first YouTuber will be Shameless Maya. I really like her channel. I really like what she represents as a woman and her motto, which is, you know, be shameless. Second YouTuber would have to be Lavender. I really enjoy her channel. I like her content. Her content really just resonates with me and my interests and so on, so I really enjoy watching her videos. But those are not the only YouTubers. Obviously I do watch a few others, but if I'm having to choose 2, I'll have to choose those 2. Yeah, so Jay asks, what is the worst bit of advice you have been told in regards to your career? So I remember when I was applying to go to university, this is when I wanted to study law. I shared this with the auntie. She advised me to change my choice of subject and think about taking nursing instead. And that had me a bit mind boggled for a minute, you know, and I was thinking, oh, maybe she's right, you know. She had more points along with that. Obviously I ignored that advice and I proceeded with what I wanted to do, which was study law, and I went ahead and did that anyways. And though I'm not in any legal field per se, for the most part, a lot of the skill sets that I picked up from studying law, I've been able to transfer in what I do right now. But anywho, comment down below, what's your worst career advice that you've received from someone? I really want to know. I have 2 siblings, one male, one female, one older than me, one younger than me. I'm the middle child. And then what was after that?
Who is your favorite?
I will plead the 5th. Thank you very much. I don't do favoritism. I am about equal opportunities. Okay, so the next question is from rue.bear on Instagram as well. And she said, hey B, wanted to ask whether it's still wise to look for properties in Birmingham to turn into HMOs since Article 4 is being implemented into the whole of Birmingham in June. With Article 4, I just want you to understand that it does not mean that you can't have an HMO. It's just now it's going to be a longer process in terms of getting permission and everything like that, which, to be honest, a lot of people don't want to have to go through, and it can be a lengthy process and quite time consuming. If it's a case of HMOs are your primary investment strategy, then there's no reason why you can't look at other areas. There's no reason why you can't travel a little bit outside of Birmingham and look at what opportunities are there with regards to HMOs. Another thing I'd like to highlight with regards to this, for those that already have HMOs, obviously you have to be aware that by literally the latest is 7th June, you have to ensure that you have made you have to ensure that you have made the local authorities aware that you've got an HMO. You're not going to be subject to the Article 4 per se, but you will have to declare to the local authorities that you have HMOs and so on, and actually give them the list of your properties and addresses and everything like that. So if you haven't done that already, start doing that. I think I need some water.
Are you closing your eyes and counting?
Because I'm trying to think. I think I've been to maybe 7 countries. If I was to recommend a country to travel to, I really recommend South Africa. I did live there, but you know, Cape Town and all that is just beautiful. Oh, can I recommend another one? Hong Kong was a pretty good country that I really enjoyed. I also recommend Hong Kong, guys. Hong Kong. So my next question is from Olivia, and this also came through Instagram, and this was her question saying, hey B, I've been watching your videos and they've been so useful. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm looking to start a rent-to-rent business myself, and in one of your videos you said you are around Birmingham. That's correct. I live near Birmingham and I was looking to invest there. Are there areas in Birmingham you can recommend that have worked well for you? I'd be grateful for any advice you have on this. My rule of thumb is any areas that are within good distance to Birmingham city centre tend to be very good, and they work quite well. And you find a lot of areas such as that tend to have quite good rental demands. Handsworth works quite well. Other areas that I think are pretty good and could work very well as well is Smethwick. Smethwick, simply because obviously the new hospital, the Midlands Metropolitan Hospital, is being built there. To ascertain which areas are really good or will work very well, you always have to ascertain what's within that area. So things such as local amenities, there's shops and everything, but also transport links. These are really determining factors in terms of what makes a good area to sort of invest in. I dance a lot. 9 times out of 10, this is what I'm doing when I am not doing anything else. Watching documentaries, and I mean anything documentary, I will watch. The next one's from Amy. Hi Amy, hope you're well. She says, hey B, I came across your YouTube video starting my property business at age 25. I will insert a link to that video if you want to go and check it out in the description bar below. And straight away I had to click because I'm 25 too. I have just started my property business, and all that's left for me now is to secure my first deal. First of all, congratulations on starting. In everything, the first client, the first everything is always obviously the most difficult part. But honestly, once you get that first deal over the line, you will sail through, trust me. That I enjoy spending time with myself. I like being in my own company. I'm a bit of a loner in that way. Though I'm a very bubbly, quite high energetic person, I really enjoy being with myself. That's me. Next is from Brenda. Hi, my name is Brenda and I'm interested in property development. What advice would you suggest for me on a limited budget? So it's just a case of looking at your options of how you can raise funds to sort of start your property investment journey, explore getting investors on board, explore cash flow strategies such as rent to rent, serviced accommodation. Yeah, thank you very much for your question, Brenda. All my parents. All three of them. So that's my father, my biological mom, and my adoptive mom. All three of them are my absolute role models, and everything I do bearing them in mind. Yeah. The next one is from Joanna, and she asks and says, my boyfriend and I are interested in property investment. We have no idea where to start. We are hoping maybe to work with you, some kind of partnership. So I do have opportunities around partnership work where we work together on projects and invest on projects together. Not only that, I do borrow money from others as well towards property projects, for example, renovations, for example, furnishing and so on, with better returns on your money. You can direct message me if you want to know more, or you can email me if you want to know more as well. My email is in the description bar below. I'd pursue a life as a DJ. I love Afro house music, so especially South African house music. And maybe later on in life I will still pursue a life as a DJ, making people dance and keeping them on the dance floor. I just love everything about it. And I think it's just a powerful position to be in as well. In a way, you are setting the mood for a lot of people, and yeah, so a DJ.
DJ be in the house.
Woo, woo, woo. The next message was from James. I've come across your Instagram and your channel on YouTube. Property investment is something I aspire to get into within the next year. I will be a first-time buyer. If you could contact me back with some advice, it will be much appreciated. So if you're a first-time buyer, it will be also best to watch the video with the mortgage advisor, Shaz, who really breaks it down in terms of your sort of options with regards to lending and so on. So if you're somebody who's a first-time buyer, it might be worth you watching that, just to ensure you get everything ready that you will need, but also just to understand the sort of finance options that are available if you are a first-time buyer. Maths was my worst subject in school, and still remains my worst subject till today. My parents, all three of them, came to terms with it. They were just like, you know what, we give up on you and maths B, so yeah, just let it be and just focus on all your other subjects and doing well in them. And that's what I did. Though I have to admit that I did get a good enough grade to be able to get me into university, so that's okay. Next question is from Shiraz. He asks whether I deal with the sort of social housing sector. The quick answer to that is yes, I do deal with the social housing sector. Social housing is another strategy that I implement within my property investing and so on. I will share more about this in later videos as well to those that are interested in social housing, which is a really, really good strategy to have amongst all the other ones that I speak about on here. My mentors are composed of my father. He's someone who I talk to often. So there are a few that I follow. This is via social media, sometimes here on YouTube. Just follow their experiences in business as well as property. And I regard them as well as mentors, indirect mentors. That answered that question.
Yes. And that was the end of my questions.
Okay, next question is from Roxy. Roxy says, hello. Firstly, I need to say that I absolutely love your content and find you so inspiring. Thank you so much, Roxy. And it really, really puts a big smile on my face when I get messages like this, honestly, where I know that, you know, my content is not going to waste, you know. But anyways, she moves on to say, I'm just starting out on my property journey and I'm at the stages of registering my company. But after that's done, and I'm unsure of where to start. I see from your post that you offer guidance to fellow entrepreneurs and just wanted to query how can I gain more information about this. We have this little nice group forum where I like to sort of encourage everybody to sort of share their experiences and we kind of just learn from one another. That's the kind of thing I have going on. So if you're somebody who's interested in that and would like to join, it doesn't matter whether you're into property or something else, as long as you're in sort of entrepreneurship or interested in entrepreneurship, drop me your email address. You can direct message me on Instagram, so it might be worth if you follow me on Instagram first and then drop me your email address. I can always get you added to that group. But yeah, thank you for your message, Roxy, and I look forward to hearing from you. If there's any other questions you may have, don't be shy, leave them below and I promise you I will answer. But I also hope that I've been able to answer some of your questions in regards to property as well as business generally. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I upload a video. If you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up. In the meantime, guys, continue being hustlers.